The last day. As long as our bus starts, which right now it's not starting.
All right, so I went ahead and painted all the metal pieces that are going to be hanging our freshwater tank and our gray water tank. So this square tubing was just raw metal. Cut the holes. I pre-fitted everything so I know it's going to fit, and now I've painted it. That's going to stop rust, cheap rust paint, and that will mount under the tanks to hold them in place. These are the brackets I'm putting on top. It's an angle iron that goes on top of the tank, and it'll kind of sandwich the tank. I'm going to tighten these down on some thread all, and that'll sandwich the tanks in. That's heavy, buddy. All right. Okay, I got my angle iron that I've cut and spray painted blue with rust paint to prolong the life of it. But now I'm going to go ahead and drill the hole. So these are going to be the top brackets. I have the bottom square tubing on the bottom, and these will go on the top. First, I'm going to drill the pre-drill hole with a smaller bit and then go at it with this 1/2-inch metal bit. Just to prolong the life of this, these bits are over $20 each. I'll blow out a few little guys to make the starter hole and then finish them off with the big guy. Just doing all the pre-holes. This will be the top bracket. I cut these a different way because, anyway, I won't explain everything. This was going to go on the floor joists, so I was pre-drilling those and I was going to bolt them to the existing floor joists. But then a friend pointed out that there was already angle iron spaced every 3 feet, so just utilize those. So I'm changing the purpose of these to just a brace.
They look so pretty with that spray paint on them.
Well, I do, and that'll stop the rust. This drill press is super handy. You get the straight, even cuts, not have to hold the drill straight. It's really nice. All right, so I have these locking nuts, lock nuts. It has that plastic insert. Once that's threaded on, it doesn't come off. My problem is I've hand tightened them, but I can't get it past that, clamp onto this, and I don't want to damage the thread. So the solution I came up with, take 2 regular nuts, thread it on like this, take a second nut, thread it on against it, and then you lock it against each other, and then it doesn't move. And then I can clamp on here with my vice grip or my wrench, and then I can ratchet that nut all the way down and tighten it. That's the solution I came up with. Now I'm having trouble with this thread.
Wow, Toby's way ahead of you.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a race.
Okay.
Oh, there you go, there you go. I don't think so. This guy is going at the same time.
I can't even see anything.
Toby's doing it. He can't see, he's out here doing it.
Yeah, that's good.
Still working on those, hey, hun?
Yes, dear.
What do you need?
Let's be honest for a second.
Shoes on this one.
You feel when I hold you. I think I said enough.
No, well, it's up there right now, but it's...
All right, we're gonna try starting the bus up. It's been a while. Okay, what emergency hatch is it?
That's probably the window in the back. I can go get that.
Could we open it?
Nope. The back window open? That hatch, I mean? Oh, is this one? Clunk. The battery. Here, let me go watch the battery. Let me go check the battery, see if it's sparking or anything while you do that. Okay.
Doesn't want to go.
Hopefully it's not the starter. Because the bus won't start.
We'll start now.
Think it'll start?
Oh, I don't know.
Back window. It's probably that back window. Well, I don't know if it'll start, but the emergency buzzer turned off.
The batteries don't want to hold a charge.
Yeah.
So,
Nope.
truck off.
Okay.
Tape is sticky. Why don't you start there?
All right. It's been 2 full weeks. Oh, don't hurt yourself. Is she gonna get you in the face? Whoa!
Hang up the other end.
Why is there more? I see it. I see it. See, I told you it's yucky.
There.
Feel weird having it off?
Now you have bracelet.
How does it feel? Can you move it around real good?
I'm scared to try.
No, try just to go slow and gentle.
Oh, it feels so free. But it feels weak.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks of not using that muscle, so you're gonna have to build it up. But it doesn't hurt?
No, I just flop.
Can
I see? Look! It's gone. Let's see, I need to tell you something. It feels weird to keep it up.
You having toast?
Good morning. It is the last day. As long as our bus starts, which right now it's not starting, then today is the last day that we have to get stuff done. Michael is on his way to town right now to buy new batteries because we're pretty sure that's what's wrong with it. And our to-do list today is still very long, but we have made some really good accomplishments. The ACs are on the roof and attached and working, which is awesome. That's the first time we've ever done that. We did not put ACs in our last bus. All the cupboard doors are painted on both sides and ready to get installed. So that is on the to-do list today, because otherwise everything's gonna fall out of the cupboards while we're driving. So that has to be done. Michael drilled new holes for the brackets for the water tanks so that hopefully we can get those installed today. I am just heading into the shop to put some more paint on shelves for in the cupboards, which I didn't actually think I would get that done before we left, but just because of the holdups with the ACs and the water tanks, I was able to cut all of those last night and get 1 coat of paint on the wrong side. I skipped primer because I didn't have time, and I don't think that it looks that much different without it. We'll see. Maybe the paint won't hold up as well, but I don't have time to wait. So Daddy went to town. So I'm gonna go and flip those and put 2 coats of primer today on the good sides. They will not likely get installed before we leave. They're not gonna be dry in time, but they'll be ready to go so that when we get down to Arkansas where Adria is, then we have them all ready to go. We can't carry full sheets of plywood in the bus. It'll just be too much. So the fact that they're cut and ready to get installed is gonna be super awesome. So that's where I'm heading to right now. Michael's in town. He gets back with the batteries and then he'll work on the water tanks, and then hopefully we're ready to hit the road. Hopefully.
All right, guys, the batteries need to be replaced. When I bought them, sellers made it very clear that the batteries were probably not going to last. So when I bought it, they had to give me a boost to get the bus started and get me home. So went ahead and bought 2 batteries. It comes with 3 because the cold winter's here. You just need that extra punch to start the bus in the cold weather. They're weak, but they're not dead. They're all sitting at 12.6, but they just don't seem to be doing the trick. So I'm gonna save them, put 2 new on it, and see if we can get this bus started. Usually when I'm doing something like this, I take pictures to make sure that I don't mix up where these connections need to go back. These batteries out and get my new batteries in. Can be dangerous if you don't know or understand it. This doesn't hurt when you touch each terminal individually. This is the positive side where energy is coming out, voltage, but it's not doing anything. This is the negative. It's not doing anything. There's no shock. If you grab both at the same time, you will feel it, but don't do that. You can change your batteries, or if you need to disconnect them for the winter, when you're winterizing, you just do one at a time. Don't accidentally be undoing this, and if you have a longer ratchet or a longer wrench and you touch the negative side, you will feel that. You have to do them separate. Not familiar, not comfortable, you call an electrician or RV tech who is familiar with 12-volt electricity. So I'm gonna grab my silicone and give that a spray. Dry lubricant is the way to go. High performance, quick drying, no mess, safe on metal, rubber, wood, vinyl. I'm just spraying the tracks so this can move freely. And while we have all these connections off, we're gonna go ahead and clean all the gunk off of these connections. All right, I got a wire brush wheel on my DeWalt. Don't go crazy. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna put on number 1. Just take it easy. Nice and clean. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the connecting wires. Solid connections are very important when working with 12 volts. Because if you don't have a proper connection, that's when you get sparking and arcing and your bus won't start. Pretty sure that's how it went. Double check my picture. I'm gonna try to start the bus.
Start otherwise.
Just like, sure.
Is it reading?
Just a hair over 12, like the other batteries, but let's see if there's a difference. A little more.
There is a little more.
Okay, so we're just gonna charge them. They've been sitting on the shelf. It's not like a panic. I can hear it wants to though. The other one.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that. Yeah.
I'm gonna put my trickle charger on there and let that go while I work on the tanks.
All right.
So you need to lift the tank while Toby's holding that. Once this tank is up, they can just fall down on the tank and that's fine.
Okay.
But we need to get this side on first.
Okay.
So the tank's coming towards you, Tobes. This is the tricky part.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get the whole length of it.
Shove it towards me.
So we're slowly getting there. This has been definitely the hardest project. Metal clamping it from the top and the bottom. So that's what we're doing. All right, the battery's been trickle charging. We're gonna try starting the bus again. Yep.
So all these should clear except the park before we start. According to the batteries, it says it at 13 volts, so
Nope.
a little concerned. 13 volts should do it, but it's not showing on that meter 13 volts.
Right, what's it?
It's still just showing like 12.
12.
Just gonna let it trickle charge more.
Okay. We're gonna try starting the bus now. Again, boosting it with the new batteries. This is a little bit stressful to say the least. We are just gonna leave the Suburban on and let the batteries just charge off the Suburban for a little bit and try it again in a bit. Michael got the gray water tank all installed. I think he said he has to lock up the nuts together, the locking nuts, and then he's gonna start working on our freshwater tank. So we are moving forward, but it's always one step forward, 2 steps back. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
I don't think so. These aren't like holding the weight. These are just securing it.
Right. Alright, it's been about another 15 minutes. We're gonna try it again. Nope. It's not happening.
I'm doubtful.
Alright, the battery's been charging for over 24 hours now. We're gonna try it one last time.
On here, it's not looking very high.
Oh, so nope, that's a clunk, by the way.
Nope.
Done. All right.
But if it's clunking, it's getting power. These are hot.
Interesting.
If you just go like hold these to the metal,
Okay.
maybe raw metal. Hold those on there.
With my fingers, I'll touch
Yeah.
it. What do I do about that? Michael? What do I do about the buzzer? Until it pulled it off. Try again. Try it again. The buzzer goes anytime it's on there. When I put those on the metal, it buzzes.
Like, where's that supposed to go? I don't remember. I think it might have been hooked to the box.
Which is probably what was grounding it then.
So it buzzes when you touch it to metal.
Yeah. I had it on the door and it stops when I take it off. I don't know.
Even 12 volts on everything. How does that switch work?
I have no idea.
How could that be a switch? Allowing electricity to pass through, they all are charged. We need that switch back.
We were lying in bed tonight. Michael was actually already asleep. And I was lying there thinking about it. And we know that the back door has a safety on it, or had a safety on it. And if the latch wasn't pushed in, then the bus wouldn't start. And I had told Michael, and he'd asked me several times, that we removed this before we moved the bus here, when we were still at the other house. I finally went back and actually watched videos, all of the videos we record for you guys. And we removed the box before we moved here, but we didn't remove the switch until after we were here. So likely it didn't get wired or rewired correctly, and that's why our bus isn't starting, which is a simple fix if we can figure it out. So we decided to try to figure it out tonight, even though it's late, because then we could sleep a lot more peacefully, but it's gonna be a little bit more complicated than we thought. We're 95% sure that that's the issue. So we just gotta get that figured out in the morning, and then hopefully we can get on our way.
We gotta figure that out.
And we can return the new batteries.